friends, hello, Sarah here with The Holy Mess. Is weight loss on your list of goals for this year, but it seems like an impossible task? If weight loss is on your list of goals for right now, would you type yes in the comments? I would love to hear from you. Do you struggle with hunger or feel like you're just barely eating to stay on the wagon, and then maybe because you get so hungry or you feel so deprived, you end up overeating later on and swinging back and forth? Maybe you feel like you have to fight against your body to actually even lose a few pounds because it feels like your body just wants to hold on to weight. Can you relate to any of those things? If so, type me in the comments. I could relate to all of those things, certainly before I lost 130 pounds. And even after I'd lost weight, I felt like I was constantly fighting my body, that my body wanted to go back to when I was 250 pounds. Well, in this video, I am going to teach you a super important weight loss strategy that will teach you how to lose even more weight while eating more food. Yes, that is right. You get to eat lots more food and weigh less. And Weight Watchers members, this is for you too, because this is the concept that the 0 point foods are based off of. So I'm going to teach you how to use your 0 point foods to lose even more weight and be even more satisfied. In fact, when I started using this concept, I had already lost about 100 pounds. And when I started incorporating some of these strategies, first of all, I lost 30 more pounds. And honestly, I really wasn't even trying. And I got to the lowest weight I've ever been. I now weigh 120 pounds. I maintain it fairly easily and without having to measure every single thing or count every point or every calorie or track. It is incredible, to be honest. And I can't wait to share this with you. It can completely change your weight loss journey. Now, if this sounds like something that you want, I want you to say, I want that out loud. I don't care if you're driving in your car right now, if your kids are around, just go ahead and say it out loud. I want that. And I'm going to show you too how to include treats and special foods and still use this concept and lose weight. Well, like I said, my name is Sarah with The Holy Mess, and I've been maintaining over 100-pound weight loss for over 15 years, actually coming up on 2 decades. So I know what works for weight loss. I've also led thousands of women through my website, theholymess.com, in free weight loss challenges and through a Christian weight loss program called Faithful Finish Lines. I know what works for weight loss, and I can't wait to share it with you. The concept that I am talking about today is called calorie density. Now, I had heard of this concept before. I'd read some different articles, even a book or two about calorie density, but I didn't really understand just how important it was or how to put it into practice. But I'm going to teach it to you because once I learned what it meant for my weight loss and how to actually use it in a practical way, it completely changed everything. Like I said, I lost an additional 30 pounds without almost even trying. I maintain my weight loss so much more easily, and I'm full and satisfied. So if you're interested in eating more and weighing less, then calorie density is the concept for you. So calorie density is the very basic idea that all foods have a certain amount of calories per pound. And if you're interested in these handouts that I am going to show you, they are part of the weight loss cheat sheets. And the weight loss cheat sheets come together with the Super Satisfied meal plan, which is right over there. They come together as a bundle. The Super Satisfied meal plan is based on the concepts that I'm going to show you. So calorie density is the concept that all foods have a certain amount of calories per pound. Now, all people eat about the same amount of food per day in weight. So most of us eat somewhere around 2 to 5 pounds of food per day. You might be a 2-pounder, you might be a 5-pounder, it doesn't really matter. But the point is that no matter how you adjust your calories, you still eat about the same volume or amount of food per day. So when you reduce the calorie density in the food that you're eating, you're naturally going to lose weight, but your body is not going to sense that it's in starvation or that you're constantly hungry or deprived if you eat about the same amount of pounds of food. So like I said, this is a chart with calorie density. So foods down on the green end are very low. Foods on the yellow end are middle, little moderate, and foods on the red are very high. And you'll note, what's just important to note right now is some of these foods are not just a little bit more calorie dense, but 10 times more dense, 25, 30, 40 times more dense in calories. That is a huge difference. And I'm going to show you how that works in practical ways. So again, if you want these handouts, they're part of the weight loss cheat sheets. So what I've done to make this concept easy, and we're gonna look at a ton of different foods and how this works for calorie density and how you can use it, even things like treats and desserts, is that I have broken this down into 3 categories. So this is how you want to eat in order to lose weight. You have green category foods, you have yellow category foods, and you have red category foods. And green category foods are foods that you can eat relatively freely without gaining weight. Research has actually shown that when people stick to the majority of their food is green category foods, they don't gain weight, and that's without tracking or counting calories. Yellow category foods are certainly foods that you can include on a regular basis, but you don't want to eat them, you don't want to eat unlimited portions of them. And then red category foods are foods that you can still have, but these are your treat foods that you want to be extremely careful in the amount that you eat. And when you follow this concept, you will lose weight, you will stay at your goal weight, and you will be full and satisfied, which is truly amazing. All right, let's dig into this a little bit more and start looking at some foods. We're gonna start with foods that are in the green category. So these are vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, and potatoes. All right, so we're gonna start with baby carrots. So we are going to look at a variety of foods and how many calories it is to take, to put together for 200 calories for these foods so that we can really start to compare. So this is baby carrots. For 200 calories of baby carrots, it's 570 grams or 4 cups. You might not even realize, because this is kind of a big bowl, just how much this is, but 4 cups, this was a huge bag of baby carrots. I don't even think you could eat 4 cups of baby carrots. So that's 200 calories. Spinach. This big box of spinach, this entire box, I haven't even opened it yet. I bought 2 boxes. I didn't even buy enough. For 200 calories, you would eat 3 boxes. 3 boxes of spinach. Oh my goodness. Are you already starting to understand the concept of calorie density? 3 boxes, you couldn't even eat 3 boxes. Think of how full you would be if you ate 3 boxes of spinach. Plus you might turn a little bit green. Zucchini is one of my favorites. I like zucchini, but I didn't realize just how low it is in calorie density. To get 200 calories of zucchini, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zucchinis. It's 1,100 grams or 9 cups for 200 calories. So basically you could pig out on zucchini and it would be difficult to even get to 200 calories. So those are some great samples of vegetables. This is why on the Weight Watchers plan, you don't have to count points for vegetables. This is why those of us who have lost a lot of weight, we practically live on vegetables. You can eat as many vegetables as you want. We don't want you to overeat, but almost as many as you want, and you will not have to worry about counting. You don't have to worry about overeating them. Now let's talk about fruit. Some people have the idea that when you're trying to lose weight, you shouldn't eat fruit because it has sugar, but fruit is very low in calorie density. So for example, for 200 calories, you could have 2 cups of grapes. 2 cups, this is an entire bowl full of grapes, or you could have 553 grams of cantaloupe. This was almost the entire cantaloupe that I cut up. This was 3/4 of a medium cantaloupe. So for 200 calories, which 200 calories is not that much, you could eat an entire cantaloupe. Would that leave you full? Would that leave you full and satisfied? Yes, absolutely. Do not be afraid of fruit. Fruit is very low in calorie density. It has nutrition. It has water, which keeps you satisfied. It's just so good for you. All right, let's talk about grains. This is 2 cups of whole wheat pasta. 2 cups is actually quite a bit. So you could have 2 cups of pasta for the same amount as the zucchini for 200 calories. It's really okay to include whole wheat pasta in your eating plan. How about beans? Beans are almost like a magical food when you're losing weight. They have properties in them that help you stay full during the meal that you eat them. Research has shown that you actually eat less in the next meal, and some people even into the next day. You can eat an entire cup of beans, which is like half a can, for 200 calories. So a whole cup of black beans for 200 calories. Potatoes. I love potatoes. I, for a long time, was eating potatoes every single day because I just couldn't give it enough of them, and I was losing weight, continuing to lose weight. You do not have to be afraid of the starch in potatoes. Potatoes are one of those green foods that can be eaten to satisfaction. So 300 grams of potatoes, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 baby potatoes for 200 calories. So that's boiled potatoes, or about 1.5 cups. So those are the green foods. These are foods that you can eat to satisfaction, and you do not have to worry about those causing weight gain. So out of all of those delicious foods, which of those is your favorite? Would you share it with us in the comments? And which of those foods would you like to include more of and actually see that it helps you lose weight? The next category is yellow foods. So these are foods where you want to proceed with a little bit of caution. You want to keep track of them, but they're still definitely great foods to include in your regular diet as you lose weight. So, avocado. For 200 calories, you can eat an entire avocado. I remember I used to eat like 1/8 of an avocado. I'd like shave it off. You don't have to be that way. Yes, you do need to use caution. It does have higher calories. So for example, you're still gonna get way more baby carrots, but you can eat avocado. 200 calories for an entire one is not unreasonable in a lot of people's meal plan. So don't be afraid of avocado. Eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein. You can have 3 eggs, 3 hard-boiled eggs or cooked eggs for 200 calories. Those of you who have done the Holy Mess 3-day diet know that I include eggs in there a lot because they're so filling and satisfied. Now, when people use the free 3-day diet, they always ask me, there's so much food. I can't believe how much food there is. Do you know why? It's based on the concept of calorie density. These are foods that are low in calorie density, so you can eat a lot of them and still lose weight. And the same is true of the Super Satisfied meal plan from the Holy Mess and the 7-day Easy meal plan from the Holy Mess. All of them are based on the concept that as you lower calorie density, you will lose more weight. Okay, let's talk about bread. Bread is a yellow category food, even if it's whole grain. And the reason for that is that the whole grain has been ground into a flour. Anytime something is ground up, it's going to be somewhat higher in calorie density. So we need to be a little bit more cautious and careful with it. But you can actually have 3 slices of whole grain bread for 200 calories, which is definitely doable. So don't feel like you can't include bread and still lose weight. The other one in this category is plain Greek yogurt. Not that you have to eat it plain, but when we look at plain Greek yogurt, 340 grams or 12 ounces or 1.5 cups. You guys, that is almost 3 of those little 5-ounce containers. That's 2.5 containers. That's a lot of plain Greek yogurt or Greek yogurt that you add some fruit to. This is extremely filling, tons of protein to keep you satisfied. So as we start to look at the yellow category foods, which of those foods would you want to start to include more in moderation to help you lose weight? All right, now let's look at some of our treats. These are the red category foods. So these are the foods that we want to limit as much as possible. You can still include them in a healthy diet and during weight loss, but we need to be really cautious. So again, for 200 calories, Hershey Kisses. You can have 8 Hershey Kisses for 200 calories. So compare these 8 Hershey Kisses to a huge bowl of zucchini or let's see if I can pick it up, 3 boxes of spinach, which is gonna keep you more satisfied, or almost an entire cantaloupe, or 8 Hershey Kisses. Now let's face it, sometimes the chocolate is worth it, so we'll talk about that. But when we're talking about if you are struggling with hunger, or you're struggling to stay on your plan, or you're on a plateau, choosing these lower calorie density foods most of the time is what's going to get you there. How about a Snickers bar? Not even a whole one, friends. It's about 2/3 of a Snickers bar, which is about 40 grams, is 200 calories. So not even a whole one. And then the next one is peanut butter. So 34 grams or 2 tablespoons. So there's our serving. You can see it. There's our serving of peanut butter. Now, I don't know about you, but I could eat this off the spoon in about 2 seconds in the pantry. Peanut butter is a great food. It's delicious, it's satisfying, but it's very calorie dense. And actually it's even more dense because the nuts are ground up. You're better off eating the nut because your body has to digest it and do some work to digest it and keep you more full as compared to the butter. So speaking of nuts, here's mixed nuts. 1.2 ounces or 33 grams is 200 calories. So you can see that there. So again, let's make a comparison. 200 calories of nuts, 200 calories of potatoes. Which is going to keep you more full and satisfied? And then finally, this is kind of the granddaddy of them all, oil. I know it's hard to see, but that is 200 calories of oil. This is 13 grams or 1 tablespoon. Honestly, if you were just pouring oil into a skillet, you'd probably even use more than this. So this is why on the calorie density chart, you can see the difference. Here's oil. It is so calorie dense. It's really important to start to look at some of these red foods as incredibly rich, high calorie foods. When you're looking at something like nuts or peanut butter, you want to consider that this is an incredibly rich, dense food. For many years of history, people did not have nonstop access to nuts. Maybe they would get them once in a while, but they certainly couldn't just pop them in their mouth, and they weren't roasted and salted like we have or in huge jars of peanut butter. Peanut butter and nuts are healthy foods, but not necessarily meant to be eaten by the handful like we often do here in America. They're very, very rich, calorie-dense foods. And oil is the very highest. And really you could consider a processed food. The less oil you can use by sauteing like in chicken broth or vegetable broth, you'll be so much better off. Because again, let's make a comparison. Which is going to be more satisfying? This much oil or this many carrots? This much oil or 3 boxes of spinach? This much oil, for the same as this much oil, you could have 3 eggs. Think of how much more satisfied you'd be with a 3-egg omelet compared to 1 tablespoon of oil. Or 1 tablespoon of oil and all of this Greek yogurt, like 2.5 containers of Greek yogurt. Even something like half a can of black beans is extremely filling and satisfying compared to a tiny, tiny serving of oil. So those are your red category foods. These are the foods where you want to track them, you want to measure them, maybe use your food scale. You can have them, but use them as carefully as you possibly can. So as you look at those red foods, which of those is worth the splurge to you? And which of those could you maybe be a little bit more careful? Share with us in the comments. Which of the red foods do you want to be a little bit more careful with? And which for you are definitely worth the splurge? Now, how can you put all of this together so that you can use these concepts to lose weight? Well, I have created a sheet which has your daily healthy eating goals that is going to teach you how to do just that. And again, this is in the weight loss cheat sheets, which is part of the Super Satisfied bundle, and I'm going to show you how. So you want to eat a serving of vegetables every day, fruits, grains, your whole grains and potatoes, your beans, and your lean protein. Then, when you've eaten all of these foods and incorporated them into your diet, then you can add some treat foods. in limited serving sizes. And this is how you can eat more food and lose more weight. This is how you can be full and satisfied while you lose weight. This is how you can get to your goal weight and stay there for a lifetime. This is how you can lose more weight and really not have to worry about tracking or measuring every portion or keeping track of all the things. It's by using this daily calorie or daily eating goals sheet, following and eating mostly green foods, some yellow foods, and just a few limited red foods. This is how you can lose weight and stay there and still be full and satisfied. It almost feels like magic. It's not really magic, it's really science, but it almost feels like magic because it's so amazing. So, I would love to teach you this. I've created these weight loss cheat sheets that make it so easy. It has all of these plus more. All you do is print it off, put it on your fridge, keep it by your meal planner. When you follow this, you will lose weight. I've also created a new meal plan called Super Satisfied. This is the Holy Mess 7-day Super Satisfied meal plan. And in this meal plan, I show you exactly what to do. If you'll get the cheat sheets with it, but if you want somebody that's just gonna walk you through exactly what to eat each day, this is for you. And it's based on this concept of low calorie density. So I've given you every single day for 7 days exactly what to eat. Like here's an example of a day. I tell you what to eat for breakfast, what to eat for lunch, what to eat for dinner, 2 snacks every day. Then I've even included a meal prep guide that has exactly what to do to get ready for the week. I have your grocery list for you. I have a food swap guide, and I'm really excited about the food swap guide because this time I've also included if you're a picky eater, if you're really busy and you don't have time to meal prep, how to make it gluten-free, how to make it dairy-free, and how to make it vegan and plant-based too. So I'm showing you exactly how to do that, food swaps, and then we even have a cookbook. So every single recipe that's in the meal plan, you can print it off and you're ready to go, ready to cook to make it easy. And then like I said, also included in this meal plan are the weight loss cheat sheets. Print these off, put them on your fridge, and you can follow the concept of calorie density right along. You're gonna see exactly how to do it. I will show you the red, yellow, and green foods that you can eat on a regular basis, how to do that to lose weight, and then your daily healthy eating goals. When you meet your goals and then just add a couple treats once in a while, you're going to lose weight because of the low calorie density. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I am Sarah with the Holy Mess. Get your weight loss cheat sheets, get your Super Satisfied meal plan, and I am here to support you as you lose weight, as you get to your goal weight, and stay there. Take care, bye-bye.